Alright, you lot. Paramount just greenlit biggest waste of bandwidth since Warzone's texture packs. That's right, Activision's dropping a Call of Duty movie. This steaming pile's gonna hit theatres like flashbang to common sense. Call of Duty, franchise that gave us skill-based matchmaking, weed camo, and voice packs from serial mascots. Now coming to a cinema near you. And it's 99GB of runtime for about 9 minutes a plot, just like games. You can already hear it drive whining, downloading shaders, installing assets, rebuilding optimism. The moment film starts, boom, update requires restart. This ain't a film, it's a fucking launcher disguised as a movie poster. Popcorn included, but only if you pre-order deluxe skin with Snoop Dogg doing drone strikes and sniper rifle that plays trap music every time you reload. And what's plot? Oh, it's about war! Revolutionary! But script crash mid-sentence? Will it force audience to re-watch same cutscene 7 times cause checkpoint system's bugged? Will you need to buy tokens just to unlock post-credit scene? Probably. But don't worry, Paramount says it's got blockbuster energy. Yeah, so did Vanguard's launch trailer. That game had cultural impact or a wet fart in a wind tunnel. Like, subscribe and all that bollocks if you've ever tried to enjoy COD without getting mid-match ping spike or patch note that deletes your load app. Now let's talk story. Or whatever passes for it in Call of Duty Cinematic Multiverse and mid, because they've already fused Modern Warfare and Black Ops into steaming retcon casserole. We've got Soap, Ghost and Adler all stomping around like divorced action figures forced to share a toy box. It's less Marvel and more bin storyboard found under a dev's Monster Energy stack. You remember how Black Ops had brainwashing, Cold War conspiracies, and Reznov being either real, dead or hallucination depending on which way devs woke up that morning. Well now, imagine jamming that into the same timeline where Captain Price's moustache has fought every known war and probably 2 fictional ones. What's next? Reznov ghost riding a VTOL while Woods defuses a nuke with voice commands. They'll retcon Berlin Wall falling cause Mason forgot to press X fast enough. And if you think they've got a new story, dream on. Activision's narrative strategy has been tech old campaign, slap it with AI face swap, profit. If they call this thing an origin story, I'm walking. We've seen Origin, we played Origin, then we played Reboot at Origin, then we paid 70 quid for sequel to Reboot at Origin. This story's been milked harder than FIFA career mode. Now Gary Oldman as Reznov, iconic, but let's be honest, poor lad 67, can he still bayonet charge Nazi while screaming about vengeance? Maybe. Can he sit through a script meeting about rebooting zombies lore with anime crossovers and NFTs? Doubt it. If they put him in, they better let him narrate old film like an angry Russian Gandalf. Otherwise, what's point? This lore don't need a movie, it needs a clean wipe and a dev team locked in a room until they agree on what year old happened. We don't need more story, we need fewer excuses. And what about real villain of this entire cinematic campaign? Skill-based matchmaking. Imagine this, our heroes in middle of a chaotic war zone, bullets flying, helicopters crashing, explosions everywhere, suddenly a screen pops up. Warning, enemy KD ratio too high, adjusting lobby difficulty. Protagonist gets yanked out of combat and dropped into a field hospital surrounded by NPCs with foam guns and anxiety disorders. Cause in COD logic, war's not about who's prepared, it's about who's due to win. You reckon they'll write a cutscene where Captain Price gets spawn camped until he rage quits and throws his headset at wall? Or maybe Ghost gets stuck fighting bots cause his MMR dipped after a rough skirmish with Battle Pass boys. And I'm telling you now, there'll be a scene, mark it, where some poor Private Jenkins gets thrown into an elite squad and everyone's like, he'll be fine, his stats say he's cracked. And 2 seconds later his corpse getting used as cover while rest of the squad hits a killstreak. Devs won't call it SBMM though, they'll dress it up, adaptive combat deployment or tactical skill tier engagement. Something so corporate speak it makes your teeth itch. But you'll see it squad balancing in real time. Every win cut short, every heroic moment nerfed by narrative rubber banding. This is only war film where plot armour is tied to your win-loss ratio. You imagine a scene where Captain says alt line and half the squad gets pulled mid-battle cause algorithm detected a KD imbalance. We're sorry Sergeant, but systems placing you in a lower intensity conflict due to recent underperformance. Realism? Dead. Immersion? Gone. Fairness? You're watching a film where war is balanced like a mobile game tournament. Now this right here is cinema. LowAnTV dropped a fake Call of Duty movie trailer and it's already more faithful to the franchise than old Paramount's gonna cough up. It's what happens when someone takes Call of Duty's actual experience and translates it into Battlefield soap opera written by a cracked out hamster on a Red Bull drip. Check this out. Right there, soul at franchise. Foot bullets fired, foot story even starts, audience gets kicked back to the lobby. Just like we all did. 30 times per patch, per season. Then come shaders. Download, load, rebuild. While characters are giving emotional speeches, camera stutters like it's buffering on a Wi-Fi potato. Grenade goes off mid-monologue, but textures aren't loaded, so it sparkles and floating eyeball blinking in void. Pure COD. You couldn't write it better if you tried. And Activision tried, multiple times. Still failed. You'll get laggy kill streaks, and my personal favourite, a cinematic moment ruined by a teammate in background doing doogie in cowboy outfit. No joke, that's COD, that's canon, that's point. This trailer hits hard cause it knows truth. Call of Duty ain't about epic war stories anymore, it's about crashing during first match, spending 20 minutes setting up your loadout only for it to disappear, and getting smoked by a guy using an anime shotgun he bought on sale for 2400 COD points. LowAnTV gets it. Paramount done. This trailer should be mandatory viewing in pitch meeting. Cause unless your movie starts with shader error and ends with someone getting disconnected during climax, it ain't Call of Duty. Then the side of this COD movie that's gonna make your nan choke on a popcorn. Monetisation. Cause there's no way Activision lets this film breathe without stuffing it full of microtransactions and celebrity cameos more cursed than a TikTok curse jar. Picture this. Our hero is moments from death. Grenade lands nearby. But wait, he's wearing Flat Jacket Operator Bundle, limited edition. Boom goes plot, but our lad walks away with a scuff on his Louis Vuitton body armour and a witty one-liner from Rick and Morty piped through his walkie-talkie. Next scene, trench warfare gets serious. You're thinking finally, grounded moment, tension, stakes. Who's that hopping through background doing Fortnite emotes with a weed camo M4? It's Beavis, followed by Butthead, both fully kitted, both fully canon, cause someone paid $19.99 to watch them teabag Geneva Convention. And don't even pretend you're not expecting Snoop Dogg in a ghillie suit, hotboxing a sniper nest while quoting Kendrick lyrics mid-kill streak, or Nicki Minaj piloting a gunship with rainbow trails and sparkly artillery. And of course, there'll be a limited time mission featuring Seth Rogen voicing a warbot who just wants to vape and vibe. Imagine cinematic climax, bombs ticking, lives online, hush falls over audience. Then a pop-up appears on screen, unlocked ending scene, 1200 COD points, and some poor lad in row 3 actually tries to tap it. Kill streaks? They'll be in every 5 minutes. UAVs get called in like the Uber. Precision airstrikes during dialogue. And dogs? You bet there'll be dogs. But they'll be wearing sunglasses and voiced by YouTubers. Cause gritty realism's dead. And if it's not flashy, loot boxed or neon drenched, marketing team cries in NFTs. Not in this movie you'll happen without a price tag. Cosmetics will have better lighting than characters. Guns will have lore. Skins will have DLC trailers. By the time credits roll, you'll be 300 quid lighter and still unsure what war they were actually fighting. So here it is. Big push. Credits rolling on film that never should have left Warzone loading screen. Paramount thinks they're making a cinematic masterpiece. Activision's already designing merch. But we know what it really is. It's brand laundering in camo paint. It's corporate necromancy dragging franchise corps through another fiscal quarter. This ain't a love letter to fans. It's a tax write-off wrapped in a loot crate. You wanted gripping war story? Too late. You're getting SBMM movie. You wanted emotional arcs? You're getting kill streaks, cameos, and cutscenes written by someone who thinks prestige means limited edition Dorito branding. You wanted nostalgia? Tough. You're getting retcons stacked on timelines more tangled than inside a modest C drive. And when it flops, when box office looks like a failed server ping, they'll sell you director's cut DLC in theatres. Popcorn sold separately. Spoiler alert, sequel's already in pre-production. Probably gonna star TikTok soldier who gets promoted to colonel cause his engagement rate's higher than his KD. They're not honouring game's legacy, they're selling illusion of relevance. They want to film a franchise already stuck in dev era purgatory and slap an M rating on it to make it look edgy. So yeah, Call of Duty's getting a movie. But it'll never be about us. It'll be about milking what's left, and hiding rot under Hollywood's lens flare. Join Discord, follow on X, consider a channel membership if you've ever died to lag spike and blamed it on government. Smash like it, subscribe, drop your comments and questions below if you've ever watched a cutscene art gun gameplay. And I'll see you next time, you magnificent.